Hey, great people. This is Danielle Pierce, the Real Estate Profit Lab. Wanted to answer the following 4 questions with regard to subcontractors. So we're going to go ahead and get started. All right. First question is, are they hard to find? So the answer to this is absolutely, they're hard to find. I think if you ask any business owner in any industry, what is one of their greatest challenges, if not the greatest challenge with operating their business, they will tell you finding qualified help. It's true for the fast food industry. It's true for Amazon. It's true for real estate brokers, etc. So the solution is, in real estate, there's a saying that to always be closing. So for PPI, property preservation and inspection, then the answer to this will be always be recruiting. So you will constantly be recruiting because subcontractors in general are just a lot of them are a different breed, and so it will take some time to find and build a solid team. It can be done, but you are going to have to be consistent and expect multiple setbacks along the way. But yeah, it's going to be hard. So if that troubles you, then you need not look any further with regard to getting started in the industry unless you plan on doing all the work yourself. Next question is where to find them. So of course you're going to find them online. You could try Craigslist is kind of still hit or miss. I mean, every now and then you can find some good people there, but it's kind of gone down over the years. Other options include Indeed.com and also have pretty good success in some places in Facebook groups. So a lot of cities have Facebook groups for folks who are looking to find, odd jobs or steady jobs or gig labor, whatever you want to call it. So I've had some success utilizing Facebook groups as well. Next question is how to monitor them. So this is a really good question and a valid concern for anyone who's getting started. So to monitor the contractors, of course, you could go and look over their shoulder and watch them. Don't necessarily recommend that option. There's software that's available where you can kind of track and see when they arrived to a property, when they checked into a property, if they left the property at all while they were completing the work. So you have to rely heavily on, those types of mobile apps in order to be able to monitor their activity. And then another option is to hire a separate third-party inspector who kind of comes behind the subcontractors after they're done with whatever they're supposed to be doing to make sure that they did the work correctly. And then the last question is, do you have to meet them in person? So I know for many people, this is a concern where they're like, oh my God, I don't want to have to go meet people in person every day. It's going to take up a lot of time. You could do it, but I don't necessarily think it's the best use of time. And you certainly couldn't scale the business going about it this way. So it's 2020. And essentially you will have to rely a lot on technology with regard to hiring your contractors and monitoring them. So we talked about the mobile apps just a few minutes ago that monitors what they're doing in their activity. You could do video calls. You could, you'll do a lot of stuff over the phone and utilizing email and, again, just utilizing mobile apps and technology in order to make sure the work gets done correctly. If you're a control freak and you just have to see things for yourself, by all means, you could do that, but just be warned that it's going to be difficult for you to scale the business by doing so. You got to think of it this way. For those of you who work with national companies already, or, let's say you work for, I don't know, AT&T or Hilton and you work remotely, you could work for a company for 5 years and never actually physically meet someone in the flesh. You just do all your communication through email, through video calls like Zoom, what we're doing right now, and things like that. So again, the answer to that last question, you don't necessarily have to, and I don't recommend it per se. So that's all I got for this particular video. Go ahead and click on the next one to see what are we going to talk about next. I think it's going to be um, we have videos on saturation, startup cost, what does the online course include, what else we're talking about, pricing, full-time versus part-time, um, guarantees, background checks, and completing work orders and working across state lines. So just click through all the videos in this particular playlist in order to get the answers to all those questions. In the meantime, you can visit propertypreservationmastery.com for more info. All right, talk soon. Bye-bye.